Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead, Daryl, Dixon, The Book of Carol Season 2. We're going to be talking about Carol's major lie that was told in Episode 1 and whether or not we think it was right or wrong. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol Season 2. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the season premiere of Daryl Dixon. We're going to be talking about a massive plot that, of course, was involved in this episode. And whether or not we think that Carol should have lied. So, yeah, this was a one that I saw a lot of fans split on. A lot of people were divided with this one. The fact that Carol lied to Ash about Sophia being alive and about Ed being alive in France, in Europe. And, lying to him, trying to convince him to basically take her on this plane to France, of course, and that being the only convincing way. Now, I've heard different opinions about this, whether or not it was a good idea, whether it was a wrong idea. I'm going to give my 2 cents on this and kind of give my, brief thoughts on whether or not I think this could have worked. Now, here's the thing. I do see both perspectives with this situation. I've taken time to sit on it. I've taken time to kind of think on it, and this is kind of what I've come up with that decision. Is that, on one hand, it's scummy that she lies to him. Yes, it is scummy that she lies to him because obviously, I mean, he's kind of a sensitive guy already. He's lost a lot, you know what I'm saying? And lying to him right now under the pressure that he's already in, and obviously after all the heartbreak that he's gone through with his kid, and I'm sure his, probably his wife as well too, and, other stuff like that, it's probably been very difficult for him. But point being, he's been through a lot. He has. He's been through a lot, and we definitely see that. And her lying to him definitely doesn't help because, again, eventually he's going to have to figure out that it's not true. So, the thing is about that is that it's rough on that end. And I do understand that. And I do think it's a bad idea. Also because I feel like Carol could have easily told him that she does have family that she's trying to rescue in France. And it's Daryl. And it's literally like her brother figure. You know what I'm saying? Which would be the truth, right? It's like the only family that she has left. And, see how that goes. However, here's the thing. We do get some lines with Ash this episode where he mentions that, other ties to families don't really matter. It's the actual immediate family that he would understand. So she's trying to connect with him. She's trying to relate to him. She's trying to act like as if her family situation is exactly like his, except her family is still alive, potentially in France. And if he can help her correct that and bring them back, then he will feel useful and he will feel like there was a purpose. Her telling him that there's a brotherly figure there may not intrigue him as much, and she may not get the flight to France like she wants, So she has to lie to get that information to him. So I get it. I do. I get it. I understand what she's doing. I understand what she's, trying to do. It's rough. I get it. But I will say this. It shows you the cruel reality of sometimes having to be selfish, having to be dishonest so that you can get what you want. I'm sorry, but the years that you're in the apocalypse, like what is it, like 12 years at this point, I think? Dead City's further in the timeline, but in this show, I believe it's 12 years, give or take, in the apocalypse. Somebody will correct me in the comments if it's not, but I believe it's 12 years into this whole thing. You have to sometimes do shit like that to get what you want. I get it. I completely get it. And honestly, it's not above Carol's, character. It's something that she would absolutely do. It's something that we've seen her do. We've seen her do these types of things before. I mean, she's literally snuck into Alexandria with a fake smile on her face and acted like she was this innocent woman that didn't even know how to fucking use a gun. You know what I'm saying? And just did that, just lied so that she can gain information, get what she wants. That's what Carol does. And she did the same thing in the Commonwealth. You know what I'm saying? She put that smile on with Lance. She acted all this and that. Lance kind of figured her out, though, which is what I liked about that storyline in season 11. He kind of read her like a book. You know what I'm saying? But it's the principle of it. She acted like she was something she wasn't. She acted all weak and vulnerable and all this stuff. In this case, she doesn't necessarily do that, but she kind of has to fake it till she makes it to get what she wants out of Ash and then, get herself to France. Because obviously Carol does not know how to fly a fucking plane. So, and I'm glad that, they didn't do that. Like, oh, Carol can fly a plane. That's some Fear the Walking Dead tier shit right there. Like, oh, Carol can fly a plane. Yeah, that would have been ridiculous. But her lying, I'll say this. I get it. I get what they're going for. It makes sense. It's her only option, as she's mentioned, And ultimately, I mean, based off the trailers, we know this, it gets her there. So, you know, and again, not going to spoil the further episodes because Paramount Plus released the whole fucking season, but I'm trying to stay on topic with just the premiere. Obviously, you guys know we're not spoiling the rest of the episodes, but we know Daryl and Carol meet up. That's obvious. We've seen it in promotional material, so I can talk about that. But it gets her there, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, I mean, the lie works. It's a rough thing. I think the thing that people are finding difficult to deal with this is that Ash is such a nice dude. He's so kind to people, you know, at least to her. So, you know, it kind of makes sense, but, you know, that people would be upset about that. But I get it. You know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes in the apocalypse, and it's just the reality of the world that we live in. Sometimes you got to just get that. You got to lie to get what you want and then deal with the consequences later. So, yeah, it's brutal, but you know what? It's why Carol's still alive. Sometimes the liars survive longer, right? Yeah, makes sense. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. Post comments down below. What do you think of Carol's decision in the premiere of Daryl Dixon Season 2? How do you feel about it? Did she make the right decision? Did she make the wrong decision? I think ultimately she made the right decision, but we'll have to see where it goes from here once this lie is revealed, right? So, post comments if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this. Of course, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Sure, follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected, every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.